Hi class, hi everyone. I just wanted to touch base with you to let you know that I have made my journey way across the country from Oregon to Kentucky, and I have started my new job at the American Printing House for the Blind. That's an adventure. I hope that things are going well in your necks of the woods and that you are enjoying life, trying to stay healthy and stay productive on your jobs as well. I did want to just give you quick feedback on what I'm seeing so far from the person-centered planning work. You all are hitting the nail right on the nose that person-centered planning is time-consuming and also worthwhile. I want to challenge you to think about 3 additional things, okay, if you can. One, think about a way that person-centered planning can be digital and shared in a format maybe where you can do some work over distance. Many of you have talked about the constraints of time and the challenges of time if you can get together, but many people choose to update their person-centered planning maps over years' time, particularly if they're TVIs or DHH itinerant teachers that serve students from year to year. If you're an intervener, you may be assigned to that student for multiple years, which is a great benefit to many students to have an intervener for that continuity. You could also be a part of helping a teacher or parent or team lead to maintain those maps and update them over years' time. Think about a digital format. 2, some people actually even include some video samples, maybe very short video samples about who is this person. Short video samples can be used to help a person transition to the adult world, to the adult community. Videos can be very informative about who a person is. So that's something to consider. Also, video samples to show progress. I know my own son has autism, and when I look back at some of his early videos to see how far he's progressed, it's a really interesting story and a really big celebration for what's been achieved in his life and in our lives and in our team's lives. And video, his team, when we moved from Texas to Oregon, actually created a video of him to share with the new team that he was going to in Oregon. So I know that that's rare. I know that it's time consuming, but the video was very person-centered. It was all about James, and it was all about his strengths, and it was all about who he was and what the team was doing to support him to achieve his vision and his best. Again, I know time consuming, but maybe worthwhile, maybe worth playing with the idea if you have the time and resources and support. Third idea, think about ways, even if this is a reach out there, for your student himself or herself to be involved directly in the person-centered planning process, either in creating a book about themselves, in creating a movie about themselves, in sharing very simple items that are important to them. So I've seen students with very limited language skills actually understand that this process that the team was engaged in was about them. Okay, it's not possible with all of our students, and I understand that. And that's okay. That's okay. But to the degree that someone can be aware that this is a process, a map, a story about them, with pictures, with items that they even bring in a box to show the team that these things are important to me. That's about self-determination, which is what we're getting into in the next module. So just some ideas to play with. I know that you've got fantastic ideas, and I know that you have limited time. And I've seen each one of you supporting each other on the discussion board, which is fabulous. Another thought about this next module, Module 4, as you get into doing some communication mapping, some choices within the day, you may be thinking, okay, Dr. P, this is getting to be a little bit overkill with these maps here. and I understand your perspective. Um, Part of what my goal is in sharing these mini maps with you is so that you have tools that you can use. Not only do you understand how to use them and complete the maps, I do want to see you do that because it's a part of the class and a part of your knowledge development and going deep with your students. But you may find that certain maps, just as you did with the box of deaf blindness, are very good for communicating with other team members, right? So part of the unique roles that we have in special education and even in rehabilitation is we are teaching and influencing other adults that serve the focus person, particularly for someone who is deaf-blind. Our role is not just us interacting with the person, is it? It's sometimes influencing the other adults in the person's life in a positive way and helping them engage in planning together on that person's behalf. So see if that sticks or resonates with you in some way. You may at one point be called upon to lead a training. You may at one point be called upon to do a consultation. And those maps or those tools, think of them as tools in your toolbox that you can use to communicate with other adults, to motivate other adults, as well as to plan for a particular student. And as you know, deaf blindness is rare, okay? These maps are good for many people, including many people with disabilities, with multiple disabilities. So you don't have to be stuck in thinking about person-centered planning just for people with deaf blindness. You don't have to be stuck thinking about it for children. You can think about it for adults as well. So people all along that continuum. I loved what one of you wrote about the person who you discovered who is 35 years old and had not had any real intervention. That is a perfect time and a perfect way to come in with a person and use person-centered planning to get to know someone who may really have been kind of withdrawn or even neglected. I've seen that with people who've lived in large institutional settings who maybe didn't have a lot of support and were dropped off there as children. Very sad, but it's never too late, ever too late to listen to someone and to listen to their behaviors and to help them discover that they can do things in life. Okay, lastly, Module 5. Module 5 is maybe down on the horizon for you a bit. It's about sexuality and social skills. Tim Hartshorn, Dr. Hartshorn at Central Michigan University, he is a PhD psychologist who has a son with Charge syndrome. He's very open about that. He's also a leader in the Charge community. Many of you are serving students or will serve a student with Charge syndrome. Beyond that, Dr. Hartshorn and his doctoral student, Megan Schmidl, who co-authored the reading, really do talk about the rationale and the reason why social skills are of particular challenge to people who are deaf-blind, developing those social connections and those social relationships. So that is a great article to use as a reference in your future work as a graduate student, in your work with colleagues. It's a great read and a great theoretical foundation for this module. The other slideshows that I've put out for you to look at by Maurice Belote out of California, San Francisco State University, and his colleagues. Sexuality, a sensitive topic for many families and for many educators, a sensitive topic to think about, governed by laws and regulations wherever you may live. I'm going to put up a little quiz. It's not going to be an extensive quiz. Don't sweat it. It's really more of an attitudinal quiz that's going to be based on some of those slides that you look at. within within that section. Again, very sensitive topic, but also it's a part of being a human being, right? We need to be able to address these things factually and to support our students in a very natural part of being a human being and understanding sensitive topics that are going to be covered in those slides. The second piece is social skills and friendships. One of the most profound things that we can do for our students is to help them, or clients, is to help them effectively connect with other people. So again, these topics may seem like, simple little maps that we create. They're really quite involved, aren't they? To develop friendships, to have meaningful connections, to develop a sense of sexuality, of boundaries, of how to take care of oneself physically, as a woman or as a man. Those kinds of things are really important as a part of your knowledge and skill set in serving all people who are deafblind. So if you have questions, please do reach out to me. Hang in there. We're almost halfway through this class. Can you believe it? And I do want to find out from you. I'm going to put out a little survey later about what's working for you. What ideas are helping you? What ideas seem maybe a little redundant to you? The relative value of what we're learning about together. That helps me as your instructor, and I think it's an authentic way to dialogue together about this journey that we're on. Anyway, wishing you every good thing, and you know where to find me.